Hi everyone, it's Saunter Scamper here with you today on Saturday, June 23rd, 2018. On July 9th, next month, my dreadlocks are going to be 2 years old. So the last few videos, maybe last one video, but I've been talking to you about how I've been feeling like I should fill in some thin spots in the body of my dreadlocks. And I said why I believe those happened. And I think they happened for the same reason that some people have said not to wear beads in your dreadlocks for very long, especially when your dreadlocks are maturing. So I never really got into wearing beads because I don't know, various reasons. But I do have some really beautiful ones. Like I have a box full of these. So pretty. One of the things is, you buy them and you say what width they are. They say how many millimeters thick, wide they are, but your dreads are kind of like constantly changing size in diameter, like as they're maturing. So these are for the most part too small, except to wear them on the ends, which they're heavy. These are like made out of pewter and things like that. So I got them on Amazon, and so they're going to be flopping around, and it's just not my style. Here's another one that's like actually super beautiful. These are called beard beads, like for wearing in a beard. They're kind of like dwarvish, I think is what Amazon, the thing calls it. But this is like a blue stone there. And I got maybe 5 or so of these, and I gave some away to a friend for something else. I think for their actual beard, yeah. I think these are beautiful. I kept one for myself, but they are pretty small for my dreadlocks. These are made out of clay, and I did get these off of Etsy actually, and so I have a few different ones. I probably showed you these like probably over a year ago. But yeah, wearing them on the ends, they're too heavy for that, for me personally. I don't, but basically what I'm trying to say is that I didn't understand what people meant when they said don't wear beads in your dreadlocks for too long. Until what happened to me was like wrapped some Afro human hair around the roots to get the short new growth in there to the dread, but I wasn't focusing on making sure that it wasn't too tight and up there, and so the dread didn't mature at that one section, and that happened like maybe 2 or 3 times on each dread. Most of it's not all of them, but a lot of them. So then finally when I realized what was happening, because I would like lift my hair out like this and it would fall, yeah, like that, like an abrupt angle. So that's a weak spot, because if I feel that right through there, yeah, this is one. So I have it marked with this small alligator clip, and I'm gonna put a link below to where you can buy these. Because here, when you feel it, I can feel it's like dense here, and then it gets not dense at all. And then it gets dense again. And also, you see this is my hair, and that's the length that it would have been when I was maintaining the roots and I was wrapping human hair around the top here and like sewing it through and wrapping it around. Well, yeah, so this, I've tried a few different times to crochet this in and get this more dense here, used the gel, the aloe tightening gel. It doesn't work, so I'm not gonna do that anymore because my hair is pretty fine, and I will rip it off if I do any more of that stuff. So what I've been doing is I've been using the Dr. Locs video called How to Repair Thinning Spots, Filling in Thin Spots in Dreadlocks, and I will link that video below. So that's the method that I'm using to do it. Yeah, so I have this one marked. Down here, it's very dense, because that's the beginning of my dreads, like when I got them installed. And that's really dense and stiff, and yeah, it's because I washed my hair quite often and palm rolled them quite a bit. And then after that, my dreads started to get longer, and I wasn't doing that as much because they were nice and tight, but then the rest of it kind of has this kind of a texture to it. So the stuff that's like super normal, great, healthy dread is this stuff, like right here, all the way down to that thin spot. For the most part, this is all really healthy. So that's great. Eventually, I'll probably cut this part off, the end, because this is like heavier, but anyway, I'm not gonna do that for a while. I don't want it to fall off. And if I don't think it would necessarily fall off because the end is too heavy. I think it would fall off because this is not dreaded here. And as my hair detaches up here, it kind of works its way down a little, and if I got this caught in something, it could pull it off. It could just be enough to pull it off, especially some of the skinnier ones. So here's another one where I tried to crochet it in and it keeps coming out. So I'll just link the video below. It's a little bit it's several steps that she uses, and I'm not going to go through them all with you, but it's funny. And I'll show you from the back now. I'll show you with a mirror my hair. And I don't know if you can right now, but I know that part that I showed you there, where it's like really coming out, it shows, like you can see it. The hair looks like sort of a different shade because it's a different texture there where it comes out. Let's see, my hair sticks out when I wear a headband. That's what's going on there. This is like sticking out because of my headband. I'm not really great with headbands, which sucks if you got dreadlocks, because headbands are kind of one of those things that you're supposed to use instead of a ponytail holder, just when they're young. When your dreads are young. Why can't I find this for you? Well, there's one. I don't know if that's the one though that I showed you. Well, maybe you guys can see, possibly, the area that I showed you. I don't really know. Let me see. I've got to. Really, I should just find it from the front and then hold it while I'm showing you from the back. How's that? Here. Okay, so here it is. And then well, it ends up being on an underlayer, so that's actually not the one that I've noticed before, because there was one on that kind of lays down on one of the upper layers in the back there, and I could see that it almost looked a different color, just because when your hair is dreaded, it does get dust in it, and that changes the shade. Whatever color your hair is, it changes it towards more dark gray color, and depending on that, your color of your hair, that'll make your dreads look either darker or lighter in color than your natural hair color. Okay, well, I hope you guys can see. Now I will, I guess, show you the length of them in general. I probably should just take off this headband too. So my head is like not leaning back anymore. It's straight, level. So then I'll show you without the headband. Yeah. So, let me know if you guys like any of the Dolly Locks tightening spray scents, or the Mojito refreshing spray, because they've got some and I haven't been adventurous enough to try one of their new limited edition scents. There was one that was called Buds and Blossoms, and that actually was described to be smelling basically like marijuana. Not the smoke, but still fresh bud. I don't want to smell like that for sure. I don't want to, because I don't smoke it, but even if I did, I wouldn't want to smell like it. Like, to go to work or out, I'm gonna be like out. It can't seem like I'm just smoking it constantly. I got this because I have been starting to really like the Dragon's Blood for the last like 8 or 9 months. And this is not for dreadlocks, this is for a body spray. And I got it on Amazon. It had really high reviews because it says double strength. See that little sticker there, double strength? I do have the other brand that Sebatriou mentioned. He got the Nag Champa of this, so I got Nag Champa also, but I don't use that very much of this, but I do like the dragon's blood, and it's really potent. But I personally kind of am careful with it because it's so potent, and also if I put it on my skin, it just it dissipates or gets absorbed, and I don't really know for sure if this is super safe to be absorbed. It's so strong. But I might put it on like my clothing because that will last longer, but it's probably gonna leave a stain, so I gotta be careful about that. So anyway, this is better for me because it's like not gonna leave a stain most likely, and I can spray it on my clothes because that's what I do spray it on. It says body spray. So that's everything. I'll see you guys later.